Yeah, let's start. And I'll again introduce myself to you. Like, my name is Shiv Prakash. Okay, I'm teaching for SSC and various exams since last 3 years. Today I'll be handling reasoning part. This will be your class two. Okay, class second. Mostly today we will be covering 4 to 5 topics from this session, which are almost majorly repeating topics in your exams, and these will be the one of the easiest and high scoring topics. Okay, uh, it will be good that if you guys interact and answer by unmuting your mic. So now let's start with the first concept, that is cubes and dice. Okay, is it okay now? Like, can we start now? If you say yes, we'll move on. Yeah, first, cubes and dice. There will be majorly simple questions from cubes and dice. So now, before starting the topic, let us understand the types of questions which are asked from the cubes and dice. Major types of questions are types of questions. Majorly, there will be two types of questions. One is First one is, what will be the opposite sides of a given dice? What will be the opposite sides? You just need to find the opposite side of a given dice. This will be the first type of question. And second type of question will be, there will be an open dice. I'll just explain what are types of dice, and what is open dice, what is closed dice in the next part. They'll be given an open dice. You just need to find the image of a closed dice, or else vice versa. Okay, majorly you'll be having two types of question. One is, you just need to find an opposite side of a dice, and second one is, you just need to find the closed dice image or else open dice image, which you will see in the further questions. Before starting, what are cubes and dice? You know the, what do you call, shape of a cube. This will be the cube. And as many of you played the, what do you call, snake and ladder uh, in your child days, and you'll be seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. So totally you'll be having six faces in a dice. Six faces. Six faces in a dice. This is called a face. Okay, and if you consider one as a first face, 2 and 3 will be the adjacent sides. Okay, 2 and 3 will be the adjacent sides. 2 and 3 will be the adjacent sides, and one, if you consider one as a face value, 2 and 3 will be the adjacent values. Okay, so in a dice you'll be having six faces and eight vertices. Vertices in the sense, these horizontal lines, vertices, and 12 edges. 12 edges. Okay, and you'll be having two types of dice. One is standard dice. Standard dice. Standard dice. Standard dice is nothing but the dice which you use to play using in the snake and ladder. Okay, just a second. Standard dice, it is an ordinary dice which has six faces, which is numbered from 1 to 6. And the unique thing about this is, when you count the opposite sides, of two faces, opposite sides of two faces, the sum will be 7. This is the standard dice. Okay, for example, this is a normal die where, for example, 1, 2, 3, and we'll in a normal dice, we'll see the only three faces from our eye point, and three more faces will be in the hidden side. One will be in the back side, this side, and one will be in towards this, and one will be towards down. So when it comes to the standard dice, the sides of an opposite, like two opposite sides. For example, for one, the opposite side will be this one, correct? So when we add two numbers, two faces, that is first face and the behind opposite of one, we will be getting 1 plus 6. 1 plus 6 is equal to 7. So you just need to know that in a standard dice, the opposite sides of a given dice will always be equal to 7. And I'll just ask you a question. What will be the opposite face of a 3? What will be the opposite face, like what will be the opposite position of this for the 3? So what will be that?
4.
Yeah, because we know that sum of two opposite face will be 7. Sum of two opposite face will be 7, in the sense we already have 3. We know we need to find the other value. We know that 7. 7 minus 3 is equal to 4. That is true. In a similar way, for 2 it will be 5. If you know this, and I'll just give another next like it will be easy for calculation. One is standard dice, one is normal dice. One is standard dice, another one is a normal dice, which when we will call it as a normal die is when two ordinary dice, when two, second one is ordinary dice. Ordinary dice. It's nothing but when standard dice two standard dice are rolled together, and one or more faces are similar in the one or more faces are similar. For example, by giving the same example, 1, 2, 3 is one die. Next one is 1, 4, 5. Okay. If this kind of two dice are given, it is called an ordinary dice. So to find the opposite face,
Is correct, Simon. Is correct.
okay. One short trick or else easy method to calculate the opposite side of an given dice for 2 or 3 or 4 dice. When if they give 2, 3 or 4 dice, I'll just explain it through an example. If you see the first question, 3 different positions of the same dice are shown. Find the number facing opposite to the 6. So question is asking what will be the opposite face. Opposite face in the sense downside ka opposite number. What will be that opposite number they are asking. So when if you find this kinds of question, you just need to find one number. You just need to find one single number, that is one single number which is same in both the dice and adjacent sides in the sense, for example, if I consider 6, 2 and 4 will be the adjacent side. This 2 and 4 should not be repeated in the next dice. Okay, if I consider, for example, if I consider first dice, I'll mark it as first dice, second die and third die. So when I start comparing between first and second die, I just need to identify only one common number. So here, first when I compare first and second dice, so common numbers are 6, 6. Okay, and I need to check whether is there any other common number between them. If we have any other common number, then we need to leave either 1 or 2, and we need to move on to the third one. So when we look into this 1 and 2, and again we'll find that 4 will be also the common number. Since we know that this is the disclaimer, you just need to remember that when you compare two dice, for example 6, when you compare two dice, when if you consider 6 as first phase, 6 as the first phase, remaining 2 and 4 will be the adjacent adjacent numbers adjacent numbers. So you just need to remember that once if you consider 6 as an face value, adjacent numbers never repeat, like adjacent numbers never come in the next dice. In the sense, like 2 and 4 never comes in the opposite way. Once if you consider 6 as a face value, adjacent value will be 2 and 4. So 2 and 4 will never come in the opposite value of 6. In the sense, when if you consider 6 as an face value, whichever number you have in the adjacent, you will never get it in a opposite side of a face, opposite value. Okay. So for this, first I'll compare first and second dice. Okay, first and second dice 6 and 6 will be the common number. 6 and 6 will be the common number, and again I need to find whether any similar numbers are there between first dice and second dice. So again 4 will be the common number, so I just need to find only one single common number. So in this we'll be having 6 and 4 as a common number, so I can't compare 1 and 2. So I just need to move on to the next dice, 1 and 3, or else 2 and 3. Now for the time being, I'll take 1 and 3 as a second choice. 1 and 3. So I just need to find what are all the common numbers between 1 and 3. 6 will be the first common number. 6 and 6 are the same common number. And I just need to cross verify if there is any other number which is common between first dice and third dice. Here we have 2 and 4. Here we have 3 and 1. Since we have only one common number, by using this 1 and 3, we can find the opposite faces of each dice. So how we need to find is, I'll just write those two dice. Dice number 1, it is like 6, 4, 2, and next one is 6, 4, 6, 4, 1. Since 6 and 6 is the only common number, so I need to consider 6 as this, and I just need to write clockwise numbers. Clockwise in the sense, first dice I should write as 6, 4, 2. It is very important that you need to write it in a clockwise order itself, because if you write one in a clockwise and another in an anti-clockwise, your shortcut trick will become invalid. So it is important to write in a clockwise order. In the third die, what will be the clockwise values? 6. After 6, it is 4. Sorry, third dice value it is different. I'll just mark 6, 1, 3. You just need to identify the common number. After 6, it is 1. After 1, again it is 3. So when we identify a single common number with different adjacent values, you just need to take a common number, and from there you just need to write an in a clockwise order. So we got 5 different numbers, that is 6, 4, 2, 3, and 1. And since it is a standard dice, so you'll in standard dice it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So by this we can come to a conclusion that for the face value of 2, the opposite side will be 3, and for the face value of 4, opposite value will be 1, and for the face value of 6, as I told, once if you get a face value as 6, it will never be in the opposite position. So what will be the remaining number? We know that we got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6. Remaining number will be 5. So the question is asking, what is the face that is opposite to the number 6? So opposite to the number 6 will become 5, because we know that opposite to 2 it will be 3, opposite to 4 it will be 1, opposite to 6 it will be some other number. Okay, I guess you understood. The major thing is you just need to find a single number between any given number of dice, such that one only single number should be the common number and different adjacent side. I hope you understood. If yes, let's move on to the next question. By second question, you will be familiar with the topic. I'll just move on to the second question. I'll try to solve this question, and I'll give the next question for you to do it in the class. In the similar way, the second question is three different position of the same dice. Yes, same dice is given in a different position, where you need to find the position of where you need to find the number, what do you call, face showing force opposite face. Okay, so what you need to do, you just need to compare three dice, and you just need to find only one number, such that two adjacent sides of two cubes are different. For example, here 2 4 3 2 4 5, here 4 5 3 3 4 1. There are different kinds of number. You just focus on most repeating number, focus on most repeating numbers, most repeating. So when I compare with the like first one, majorly 4, the number 4 is repeating in all dice. So I'll consider this as a base number and try to get the numbers, get two dice which are completely different with only 4 as a common number. Here I have 4 5 2, here I have 4 5 2. Again I'm getting, when I compare with the first and second die, 4 is one of the common number, and our shortcut, or it's easy to find way, tells that you just need to have a single common number. So here I have only here I have 4 and 5. In the similar way I have here 4 and 5. So I can't compare between 1 and 2. I can't compare between 1 and 2. So I'll just move on to the next 1 and 3. 4 5 2. Here I have 4 1 3. So here 5 and 2 is an adjacent positions. Here 1 and 3. So they are completely different. So I can compare between first and third die, keeping 4 as a base value. From first dice, I'll write it as in a same clockwise manner. Okay, it will become 4 4 after 5 and then 2. For second dice, it will become 4 1 3. They are asking the value which is opposite to 4. Opposite to 4. From this clockwise method, we can come to a conclusion that for 3 the opposite value will be 2, for 1 opposite value will be 5, for 4 what will be the value. Since from this figure we don't know the exact value of this, so by option itself we can eliminate. For 3, what is the opposite value? 2. So 3 and 2 will be getting eliminated. For 1 it is always 5, so it will be eliminated. So finally it will become 6. As I told it, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Already we have 3 2 1 5 4. So remaining value will become 6. Are you able to understand this topic? How to find the common number and try to get the opposite value? If yes, solve this
Sir,
question. If yes, solve this question.
hello.
Ah,
Sir, if we can directly say that the numbers are 2, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3. The missing number is 6. We can say directly by seeing the question.
we can say that by seeing the question, but sometimes you can't directly judge. And one more thing, as I told in the first class, in reasoning part, I don't know whether I've informed you guys. In reasoning part, you never ever assume. In reasoning part, you never ever assume, because in reasoning we don't know, because reasoning is completely based on getting the answer through the logic, like through the logic in the sense by solving the question in one or the other shortcut method. But by assuming it as a 2 4, by getting by looking at the first dice and second dice and telling that for the 4 it is 6. If the question is asked, if this the same question, if the question is asking for 3, then what will be your answer? Then the answer will become different, that is 2. Because see, as I told in the previously, if if we consider 5 as some number, these two will never be in opposite way. Okay. In the similar way, if you consider, if you want to find the position of 3, 5 and 4 will never be the answer. 5 and 4 will never be the answer. Okay. If you want to consider for 3, 5 and 4 will never be the opposite value, and remaining value will become 1 1 2 6. So 1 2 6. So you just you should be very sure that it should be not 1, it should not be 2, and it should not be 6. So there are three possibility that opposite value of 3 will be either 1 2 or 6. By doing this, by using this method, like clockwise method, you will be getting to a conclusion that opposite value of 3 will become 2. Since the question is 4, you can just guess that the opposite value of 4 is 6. But when the question there, if the question is asking about 1 or 3 or 5, then it will become little difficult. Okay. Since in every question 4 is getting repeated continuously, you can get to a conclusion easily that opposite value will become 6. If the number is repeating is in only one dice or two dice, then it will be difficult to get to a conclusion. Okay. Try to solve this question. You just need to find a single common number and try to get it answered. Try to answer it. Here they have given letters Q, Z, V, T, L, A. So you need to find the position opposite to Q. What will be the opposite letter of Q? Find the single, what do you call, single common value and try to move it in a clockwise manner. Will you try to solve this? 6. Okay. Last question, many people answered, it is 6. Try to answer this question. Tangappan is saying it's as a T. Okay. Tangappan is telling, one person is telling T. One vote. Waiting for others. Aishwarya is telling T. Okay. Sheetal. Sheetal. Okay. And the answer is T. And I'll just solve it in a faster way. So you just need to find a common letters. What is the common letter between these two dice? Since they have given only two dice, we just need to find a common number. The common letter is V and V, and another two letters are completely different. So when we find two letters, when we find a single letter in a two dice which are common, you just need to move it in a clockwise way. First dice tells that it is V Z Q, and second dice gives us an information that It is VLT. So the question is asking what will be the opposite value of Q? What will be the opposite value of Q? It will be T. So option A is the correct answer. And many of you answered it. Now let us move on to the next question. Try to solve this question. It is also same way. They have given single dice with different numbers, that is 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. You just need to find a position that is opposite to 24. 24 ka opposite, what is that? You just need to find a single common number and then try to solve the question. Try to solve it. Just take a minute of time and try to solve this question. If anyone completed, please unmute it and answer. That will be very good. Twenty-one. Sheetal is telling 21. Tangappan is telling 21. If my pronunciation is little wrong, I'm sorry for that. Okay, Tangappan, Sheetal. 21. Two people are telling 21, and remaining people try to answer it. And it is one of the easiest topic, and majorly 99% of the question will be in the similar way. And when you'll after your next session, you'll be having one practice session, practice test, where you'll find different kinds of question. And especially in this dice concept, you'll be having this kind of question. If you are able to identify one number with the two different adjacent sides, you'll be 100% sure, 100% ready to answer whichever kinds of question they ask. So it is very important to identify single number with two different adjacent sides. Okay. Remaining people, yeah. Aishwarya, Prajwal, yeah, good. Aishwarya, Prajwal, yeah. Now let us solve for this question, and many of you answered as 21, and answer 21 is the correct answer. I'll just explain for the other people who are who are still doing. Now let us identify the single number with two different adjacent sides. So many number which is one number that is repeating in all the dice. 21 is repeating once, twice. Okay. 23 is repeating only once. 25 is repeating once, two, and three times. Since 25 is repeating in one time, let us consider 25 as base and try to compare with first and second dice, or first and third dice. First, I'll compare with the first and second dice. Okay. Since 25, is there any other number which is repeating? Yeah, 21 and 21 is repeating in the second dice. So I can't compare between first and second dice. Now I'll go on with the comparing of first and third dice. 25 is the common number. Is there any other number that is repeating? Here it is 21 and 23. Here it is 22 and 24. Since we have two different adjacent sides for the two dice, I'll start comparing between 1 and 3. So first dice, second dice. First dice. From here, I need to move it in a clockwise. Okay. It is important to move it in a clockwise direction. First die, it is 25. Next number is 23. Next number is 21. And for the second dice, you need to start from 25 itself. Okay. Again, it is 25, 22. Second number is 22. Next is 24. So the question is asking about what is the number that is opposite to 24. What will be the number opposite to 24? It is 21. These are the different types of questions which is majorly based on the clockwise method. Now let us move on to the open box method. Okay, open box method questions. I hope if you find this kind of question in your exam, you'll be able to do this open box questions. When they present you this kinds of question, you just need to know that alternate numbers, alternate boxes will always be opposite. Alternate boxes will be opposite. It's nothing but a cube which is open format. When you open a cardboard sheet, this will be in this format. And for example, here every alternate boxes will be in the opposite position. So what will be the opposite position of hash? It will be the symbol of euro. What will be the opposite position of percentage? It will be infinity. What will be the and remaining last two positions will be in the opposite. At the rate will always be opposite to star. Okay, so from this the question is, a cube is constructed by folding given sheet along the lines in the cube so formed. What should be the symbol on the opposite face of hash? What will be the opposite value of hash? It will be the symbol of, you may call it as euro or some other thing. It will be option C. So it is, you just need to focus on the alternate sides and start writing it. Like for hash it will be this euro symbol, for percentage it will be infinite symbol, and for at the rate it will be multiplication symbol or else star. Okay, so I guess you understood this question. Try to solve this question. Okay, if you understood this, what is the major trick in the open dice question? You just need to write the alternate box so that you'll find an opposite value. So what will be the answer for this question? Try to solve this. It is similar to the last question. You just need to find the alternate
Field.
The question is ball. For ball, it is field. Okay. And every other person's also got the same answer. Yeah. Sheetal is telling field and Aishwarya is telling field. Yeah. You just need to write it in different alternates. For bat, it will be stick. For net, it is goal. For ball, it is field. And one more advantage in this cubes and dice question is, by looking into the figure, you'll come to the conclusion within 10 to 15 seconds. It will come by doing much practice. Okay, try to solve this question. What will be the opposite value of 20? Try to unmute and answer it. Just by looking into the cube, looking into the open dice, you can answer it very quickly.
21.
21, because you just need to focus on alternate numbers, alternate boxes. Okay, for 20 it will become 21. What will be the one more question which I am framing? What will be the opposite side of 25?
23, sir.
Yeah, that's it. If you know this, it will be easy to answer. Okay, and in your next practice test or practice sessions, I'll bring up with many other different kinds of questions from cubes and dice which have been repeated in your exams. Okay, now let us move on to the next topic, that is direction. And I expect that you can find 1 to 2 questions, majorly 1 to 2 questions. 1 to 2 questions easily. Okay. And this is one of the easiest topic, like because complete data will be given in your question paper, and even the answer you just need to draw pictures. Either a person is going in the north or south. You just need to draw it in your paper, in the side of a paper, and try to get the answer. And majorly types of questions which are asked from the what do you call direction topic is, I'll just first write the types of question so that you'll get to know types of questions which are asked. Types of questions are majorly, first one they'll ask in, for example, a person is moving in so and so direction, and at last he is towards some direction. So finally, what will be the position of a person from the initial position or final position? That is, they'll ask the direction of a person. And second one, they'll ask the distance of a person from the initial point or else some point of x. Third one will be the mixed problems. Mixed problem in the sense they'll ask both the direction as well as distance. And fourth one will be the shadow concept. Based on the sunrise or sunset, they'll try to ask the question. And for all this, you just need to know the direction of different points. So when if you're comfortable with the directions, it is no need to draw this figure in your exam paper, or else try to do this. North will be this, south, east, and west. I guess you all know the directions, majorly these four. And there are some other points in this middle. This is called northeast, this is southeast, next one this is southwest, and this is northwest. So majorly you have 4 direction, and if you consider sub direction, it will become total 8 directions. And one more thing is, until or unless if they give, and until or unless if in question if they specifically mention a person turns 45-degree or else 60-degree or else in 135-degree 90-degree or whichever it may, until or unless if they specifically mention in the question, you just need to draw it in a perpendicular manner. In the sense, you just need to draw it in a straight line. Because if, as I told previously in reasoning, there is no scope for assumption. Okay. And this is one concept. I'll try to explain the shadow concept in the upcoming slides. Okay. Now, rather than wasting much of time, we'll just move on to the first question. First question tells that, I'll try to solve this question for you guys, and I'll give you the next question for you so that you can solve it and try to answer. First, let us take a first question. Let us read the question. Sheetal walks 25 meters towards east, then she turns towards right and walks another 25 minutes. First, whenever you get a question paper and when you find a direction question, it's better to draw this, at least this chart: north, south, east, west. Okay. So there is a person called Sheetal who walks 25 meters towards east, 25 meters towards east, and then she turns towards her right. So when a person is moving towards east, towards south, it will be right, and towards left, towards north, it will be her left. So in direction concept, it is majorly dependent on the what do you call? Uh, you just need to place yourself in the place of Sheetal and try to replicate. So what will be the right position, right side? It will be towards down, in the sense towards south, and walks another 25 meters. From there, she turns towards right and walk another 40 meters. What will be the right from south? It will be towards towards west. That is how much meters she will be walking? 40 meters. Then again turning towards right and walked 25 meter. Okay, 25. From here, if it is north, it will be towards from here. If it is towards right, it will be towards north. Okay. Then she walked 25 meter. Finally, she turns towards her left and walked 10 meters. From here, she takes a left turn and walks 10 meter. This is her final position. How far is she from the original position? And this question is asking about the distance between original position and final position. Since this 25 meter and this 25 meter gets cancelled out, here she'll be in the same line of sight. From here, I just need to find the distance between this point and this point. From here to here, what will be the distance? So I know the distance between this point, from this point to this point, that is 40 plus 10, 50 meter. 40 plus 10, 50 meter. Okay. So if I remove this part from complete distance, I'll get the distance of this part. So 50 minus 25 is equal to 25 meter. So option B will be the correct answer. Okay. Option B will be the correct answer. Okay. Whenever you draw this kind of picture, it is better to draw arrow mark so that you will be able to identify which is right and which is left. Okay. Can you try to solve this question? If possible, take a minute of time and try to solve this question. Here you need to find both direction as well as distance. If possible, try to solve this. Just a second, I'll just look into the chat box. And okay, 25 meters. Sheetal to 25 meter. I don't know exact name of the name is HP. I guess you got the clarification of your answer, right? Randir and Ritual. Many of you told the right answer. Try to solve this question. Pallavi walked from her college to a library, 70 meters towards north, then 60 meters towards east, and again 45 meters towards north, then 60 meters towards west. She stopped at a point to buy something candies from candy shop. She again walked for 50 meters towards north. How far and which direction is Pallavi's college from college library from candy shop? Yeah, try to solve this. 165. Randir is telling 165. Let's see. Question is specifically mentioning how far and in which direction is Pallavi's college library from candy shop. From candy shop, they're asking, it's not the final position. 165 meters south. Okay. Now I'll try to solve, and many of your friends are trying to answer it in a chat box. I'll try to answer it. Whether let us see whether it is 165 meter or any other thing. So Pallavi's walked from a college library. College library, let us assume this point, and she walks 70 meters towards north. 70 meters towards north. From there, she turns 60 meters towards east will become this side. How much will Pallavi walks? It is 60 meters. From there, she turns 45 meters. From then, she walks 45 meters towards north. 45 meters towards north. Then 60 meters towards west. West will be towards this side. So, how much distance will she walk? 60 meters. Then she stopped at some point to buy candies. This is a candy shop. She again walked from candy shop towards north for 50 meters. So the question is, how far and in which direction is Pallavi's college library is from candy shop? They are asking from this point, like candy shop to what is the distance between candy shop and Pallavi's college library? So from here it is 70 plus 45. 70 plus 45 is equal to 115. And from candy shop, Pallavi's college library is towards south. So 165 is the answer from the top position. But yeah, I guess many of you got it right now because they're asking the position of a college library from the candy shop. So answer will be 115 meters towards south. And next, now I guess you guys understood this question. Now let us move on to the next topic. I guess Randir, Sheetal, and Prajwal were able to correct. No. And HP and Aishwarya, it is not towards north, it is towards south because they are asking how far and in which direction is Pallavi's college from candy shop. They are asking from candy shop what is the distance and in which direction is Pallavi's college library is situated. Is it okay? Can we move on to the next question? Yeah. Can you try this question? Okay, I'll solve this question, and next question you guys solve it. Okay, so we need to find the value of x, that is some certain distance. We don't know what will be that distance. Anita started from her house and cycled 6 kilometers towards south. Okay, Anita started from her house. Let us consider this as an house. Okay, from here she traveled 6 kilometers south. Okay, 6 kilometers towards south. Okay, 6 kilometers towards south and turns towards her left. Her left in the sense it will become left and right, and cycles 8 kilometers. From here she moves 8 kilometers. Okay, she again turns left and walk and cycle it for a x kilometer. From here again she turns left and drives x. I don't know whether it may be this. I don't know exact position of x. I don't know what is the exact distance between x. Okay, to reach our school, x will be certain distance where our school will be located. Okay, I don't know whether that school may be here or else here. Okay, point A is to the west of our school and also 3 kilometer towards north of our house. From this statement, we can come to a conclusion that certain point A is 3 meters from the house of Anita. So 3 kilometers, that is point A, and it is also west of and it is also west of the school. If the school is here and the point A will be considered as a west position towards school. Sorry, from school point A is west. So they are asking the distance of what will be the value of x. Just from this given data, we get to know that point A is exactly towards west of the school and it is 3 kilometers from the north of Anita's house. By adding these two distance, we'll be able to get to a conclusion that what will be the value of x. So x is equal to 3 plus 6, that is 9 kilometer. Is it fine? Here I didn't even assume anything because everything is answered using the data which the question has given.
Sir, can you explain once more, sir?
Yeah, I'll try to explain it once again. Okay, just a second. For example, I'll consider this as an Anita's house. Anita started from her house and cycled 6 kilometers towards south. South will be in the downward direction. Is it okay? She'll travel 6 kilometers. From there, she turns towards left. This will be her left and this will be her right. From there, she turns towards left and cycles 8 kilometers. Okay, 8 kilometers. She again turns left and cycles x kilometer. From here, left and right. From here, she travels certain distance, that is x kilometers, to reach school. Okay, to reach school. I don't know where the school it is because it. I don't know the exact distance. What is the distance of x? And to find the distance of x, I need to read the second another part of the question. So here it tells that point A. There is a point called A is to the west of our school. For example, this is if it is a school. If it is a school, this side will be the east position, this side will be the west position, this is north and this is south. So from this line, I'm getting to a conclusion that point A is to the west of our school and also 3 kilometers to the north of our house. So there is certain point which is called point A, which is west of our school, and it is also 3 kilometers from Anita's house. Where is Anita's house? Anita's house is here. From here, it is 3 kilometers towards north. They have mentioned 3 kilometers to the north of Anita's house. If Anita's house is here, north direction will be towards upside, and it is a point A. Okay, and from this, from this line, I'm getting to a conclusion that this point A is to the west of school. Okay, so from this I'll get to from this I can come to a conclusion that so school is here with an x distance, so I need to find the value of x. So for finding value of x, since these both points are in alignment in the same direction, or are in the same alignment, from if I add 3 plus 6, I'll get the value of x, that is 3 plus 6 is equal to 9 kilometer. Now is it fine? Just by reading this line, which is called point A is to the west of our school, you will come to a conclusion. Where is point A? Where is school? What is the position of x? Okay, I guess now you got it. Can we move on to the next question? So option A will be the correct answer. Can you try this question? It is similar to the previous question. Okay. If possible, can you try? I'll give you 1 minute of time. Try to solve this. Deepa starts from her house and cycle 4 kilometers towards north and then turns left and cycle 6 kilometers. She again turns left and travels X kilometers to reach her school. Point A rests to the east of her school and also 3 kilometers south of her house. It is exactly similar to the previous question. Try to solve it. Exactly similar. Kind.
7 kilometers.
7 kilometer. Okay. Sheetal is telling 7, HP is telling 7, and Aishwarya is telling 7, and the answer is 7 kilometer. Correct. This is similar to the direction as well as uh, distance concept. I'll share this PDF after this class. Try to take it as an homework because next I'll try to solve the shadow concept. Okay. This is the third type of question which you may expect in your exam, that is based on the shadow. I'll just explain. I'll take just 2 to 3 minutes of your time and try to explain it. Try to explain the concept. Okay. Before solving this, I'll try to explain the concept. Okay. Sun always rises in the east and sets as. I guess you both. I guess you guys know this concept. Sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Correct. And one more thing which we have learned across our schools and everything, sun is a powerful object. Powerful object. Anything which is near it, or else which is close to it, it will just consume it, or else it will touch that object and move on. It doesn't stop. You just need to know this concept that sun is a powerful object and no one can stop it. Okay. By just knowing this concept, we'll apply the same concept to the problem of shadow. Okay. Now, for example, a person is standing towards north in the morning. Okay. A person is standing towards north in the morning. Then sun gets rise. So sun's rays or sun rays touch a person, and will it stop or else will it again move? Because sun is a powerful object and man is not so powerful compared to sun. So when a sun's rays touches a man, it will strike him and move on. Okay. When a sun's rays touch a man, it's move on. Okay. It just changes the direction. That is, like if a person is standing towards that side, it will become his right side, and it will become his, this side will be the left side. Okay. So when a person is standing towards north and sun rises in the morning, so the sun rays hit the man, and this part which the next sun rays will move, right, that will be considered as a shadow part. So from this concept, we can I can tell you that if a person is standing towards north in the morning, his sun shadow will be towards his left. In the similar way, if a person is standing towards south in the sense, again the right and left of the position will be changing. So towards south, this will be the position of right, and this will be the position of, this will be his position of left. So again, if sun's rays comes and hit the person, it crosses a man and move on. So now in which direction does the shadow falls? Whether is it left or right, it will be right side. Were you able to get the concept what I'm telling? If a person is standing towards north or south, sun rays come and hit a man and move on. Okay. And that and will get move on. So this will be his right side. If a person is standing towards south, sorry, above is left side, and if a person is standing towards south, then it will be his right side. And one more case I'll give it. A person will never stop towards only one direction, that is north and south. He may stand in the direction that is east as well, that is towards sun. So then when a sun rays come and hit him, it just touches him and move on. Where? Towards west. Okay, always sunrise will always move towards west. So here the shadow of a person is this. So it will be his backside. So when a person is backside, so when a person is standing towards the sun, that is east, the shadow of a person will be backside. Similarly, when a person is standing towards west side, his shadow will be towards front, because this will be his front and this will be his back. Similarly, we'll apply this same condition to the sunset as well. Here the sun shadow will be moving from west towards east. During sunset, sun's rays will be moving from west to east. Sunrise, it will be from east to west. Now I'll try to solve this question. Okay, just a second. I'll try to solve this. Okay. I guess you guys understood the concept. You just need to draw an imaginary sun in the paper. In the question tells that in the early morning, Kevin and Ramesh are standing on a ground. Let us assume this is as a ground. Ramesh's shadow fell exactly on his left hand side. Ramesh's shadow, and first thing is sun. Sun in the morning. Morning in the sense from the east towards west. Rays are moving towards west. Okay. Here they're telling Kevin and Ramesh are standing on the ground. Ramesh's shadow fell exactly on the left hand side. Ramesh's shadow fell on the left hand side in the sense. So Ramesh's shadow will always Ramesh shadow will be on his left when Ramesh is standing towards north, because we know that when a person is standing towards north, the shadow will hit the man and move on. Shadow will hit the man and move on. Okay, shadow will hit the man and move on. This part will be the left side, that is called shadow area. Okay. So the question is asking if they are facing each other, then what will be the position of, what will be the Kevin facing in so then Kevin is facing in which direction? Kevin will be facing, this is Kevin, this is Ramesh. Since they have given that Kevin and Ramesh are facing each other, so Kevin's direction will become south. Sorry, Kevin's position will become south, because Ramesh is standing towards north, so opposite direction will always be south. In the similar way, in the similar question, there is one more question. In the evening in the sense, sun will be in the west and it will be moving towards east. Okay, sun rays will be going like this. In the evening, Ramya and Navya are standing opposite to each other. I don't know whether Ramya and Navya or Ramya or Ramya and Navya. There may be two conditions. This will be a right, left, right, left, right, left, each other on a ground. Nivi's shadow fell on her left side. Nivi's shadow fell on her left side. Nivi's shadow fell on her left side in the sense it is the only condition when if a sun rays hit a person and try to move, this will be the only condition when, so this condition will be wrong. So this is the condition where Nivi's shadow will be on her left hand side. Okay, so the Ramya is facing in which direction? The Ramya will be facing north, Nivi is facing south. So what will be the direction of Ramya? It will become north. I hope you guys understood this topic. If any question arises, there'll be only question based on a single person. This will be like level 2 or level 3 of question where they'll be given two persons. Okay, try to solve many questions from try to solve this homework question from this direction topic, and try to revise these topics. And now let us move on to the next topic, that is seating arrangements. Okay, is it okay? Can we move on to the next topic? Okay, now let us move on to the next topic, that is seating arrangements. What are the type of questions which we can expect from the seating arrangements? Maximum we can expect 1 to 2 questions from this topic. Okay, and it is also one of the high scoring topic where every data will be given there. We just need to do a trial and error by taking two or three possibilities and try to solve the questions. Okay, so types of questions majorly, one will be the linear pattern based. Linear pattern in the sense they'll just give us like it may be called as a, like a person is standing in a sitting on a bench facing towards north or facing towards south. Okay, this is the type 1 question. And second one will be the parallel questions, parallel arrangements in the sense arrangements, there'll be two lines where few peoples are sitting opposite to each other. And third one will be circular or rectangular or square based. Okay, here you can find it may be like all person are facing towards south, sorry, all persons facing towards facing center, or all person facing outside. You just need to identify whether is it towards center or towards outside and try to solve the question. So for this question you need to know what is right side of a person, what is left side of a person. Okay, and after that, whether if a person is standing, if the question is toward in the linear pattern, you just need to identify whether is a person is sitting towards north or towards south. Okay, based on that we can try to answer it. And one more thing is, if the question is asking about linear pattern, try to solve it by finding a maximum gap in between. That we'll get to know in the questions. Find the maximum gaps, and try to solve the question. And one more thing, I'll remember it again: never ever assume anything. Never ever assume anything in the seating arrangements, or else in complete reasoning part. Okay, never ever assume. This is the thumb rule because it is very important. Since first is bench facing south. Okay, I'll okay, first let us solve this question itself. It is parallel based question, so I'll try to solve this question for you guys. And let us see. I'll give you another question as a for you to solve. A B C D A, B, C are sitting on a bench facing towards south. So they have given that there are 3 persons, that is A, B, C, are facing towards south. This will be the south direction, correct? South. This will be the north. Okay. D, E, F are sitting on a parallel bench facing towards north. In the sense, few people as A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. D is at one end of the D is at one end, and to immediate left of F. There are 3% DEF. DEF. So here they are given that D is at one of the end. It may be this end or this end. But from the next statement, we can conclude that D is at one of the end to the immediate left of F. Immediate left of F. So the person D is always the left of F, and this is only possible when F is sitting in this side, because F's left will be this one, because they are facing towards north. So F can be here. So what will be the position of this end person? This is E. B is facing D. B is facing D. So B is facing D in the sense B is opposite to D. C is to the right of A. C is to the right of A in the sense what will be the position of this right? Sorry. This is right, this is left, this is right, this is left. They are telling that C is to the right of A. C is to the right of A in the sense C will be seated here and D is the right of A. Am I right? C is sitting to the right of A. From this, we can conclude that these all will satisfy the given data. And the question is asking who is facing A. Who is facing A? So who is the question is asking who is opposite of A? Opposite of A is E. Everyone got the answer? Like everyone understood this? First, let's move on to the next question. So second question is, I hope you guys understood this question. 7 people, and this is in a straight row. Straight row in the sense single line. Okay, how many people are there? 7 people. 1 facing towards north. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there are so many A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Not in a what do you call, in a same order. Only 2% sits to the right of D. Only 2% sits to the right of D in the sense here from this statement we can confirmly 100% surely we can tell that there are only 2% who are right of D. Right side will become, if a person is towards north, right will be towards his east, and left is will be towards his west. Okay, so from this we can tell that D position will be from the last third, because only 2% are sitting towards his right. Towards his right in the sense this side, like towards his east, only 2% are sitting. We don't know who are that. G is an immediate neighbor of D. G is an immediate neighbor of D. G is an immediate neighbor of D. So the position of G may be here or it may be here. We don't know exactly, but we are sure that he will be exactly the neighbor of D. Only 3 people sit between A and G. Only 3 people sit between A and G. So if now let us try to draw two drawings, because we don't know exactly where the position of G is. So I'll just make the same copy of this, okay, and try to solve this. First, I'll consider this as G position, and in another case, I'll consider G as this side. They are telling that only 3 people sit between A and G. 3 people sit between A and G in the sense 1, 2, 3. This cannot be the case from if I consider from this side 1, 2, 3. So this also will not be the case because they are specifically mentioned only 3 people will sit between A and G. So first assumption will get wrong. If I consider this one, if only 3 people sit between A and G, one person, 2 person, 3 person. So A can be here and G can be here. Okay. And from the next statement, only 2 people sit between B and C. I don't know where B is there and where C is there, but I know that if B is here, 2 persons are in between and C will be there, or C will be here, 2 persons are in between, and B is here. Okay. E is not an immediate neighbor of C. E is not an immediate neighbor of C. If C is here, E will not be here or here. E will not be here or here. Because I don't know exactly the position of B and C in this line, so I am writing it in a separate. Okay. F sits to the immediate right of G. F sits to the immediate right of G. If F sits to the immediate right of G, F will be from the one end. So I just need to fill these 3 gaps. Okay. The 3 position. Okay. F sits to the immediate right of G. So how many persons are there between E and D? So from this statement, from this last, like either it should be, I need to fill this one or this one. Okay. Since I have only 1, 2, 3, 4 position from this option, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first option will never become correct because I have only remaining 4 position 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to adjust in this way. Okay. So between C and B there are 2 people. I can consider C as here and B as here, and 1 and 2 persons are in between. And one more statement is E is not an immediate neighbor of C. So I can write E position is here as a next to A, so that I can fulfill the condition as well. So our final answer will become, final positions of persons is this, that is CAEBDGF. So question is asking about how many people sit between E and D. How many people will sit between E and D? That is only 1 person. That is B. It is just completely based on the trial and error. There is no certain shortcut trick for this kind of question. You can spend 1 to 2 minutes, 1 to 1.5 minutes of your time while solving this, so that you'll get easily. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question, where a question tells that 6 friends. So when you find the question, you just need to draw. If it is a circle, 6 friends are sitting in a circle facing towards center. You just need to find whether a person is sitting towards center or outside the center. 6 persons are there. You can mark it like this and try to replicate 1 or 2 figures. Okay. So that your answer will be more accurate. Sumit sits second to the right of Amit. Let us consider this as an Amit, and it is telling that Sumit sits second to the right of Amit. If Amit is here, second right will be Sumit. Sumit. And one more thing, I'll consider this as an Amit. Second right will be this Sumit. Okay. Sumit sits second to the right of Amit. Okay. Karan is immediate neighbor of Param. Karan is immediate neighbor of Param. Karan is immediate neighbor of Param. Let's wait because I don't know where will be the position of this. Next, Tony sits third right of Amit. Tony sits third right of Amit. Tony sits third right of Amit. If Amit is here, third right is first right, second right, third right. This is Tony. Amit is here, first right, second right, third right. This is Tony. Okay. Dharma is immediate neighbor of Amit and Sumit. So Dharma is immediate neighbor of Amit and Sumit. Amit is here, Sumit is here. Dharma is here. Amit and Sumit, Dharma. Okay. Dharma. Okay. So I have only two more positions. That is Karan is immediate neighbor of Param. Karan sits second to the right of Sumit. Karan sits second to the right of Sumit. From Sumit, Karan is sitting second right. That is first right, second right. Karan is sitting here. And I know that Param is immediate neighbor of. From Sumit, it is second right, Karan. This is Param. So what is the question is asking about? Who sits fourth right of Param? Fourth right of Param is here. Right side is towards his side. First right, second right, third right, fourth right. Who is the fourth right of Param? It will be Tony. And from this from this figure also, fourth right will be, this will be the right position. First right, second right, third right, fourth right. I guess you understood this question. Seating arrangements. I hope you understood this question. If yes, try to solve this question. Try to solve this question. It is similar to the different previous question. It's just that the question framing is little different. Okay. Try to solve this question little fast so that we'll move on to the next questions. Question is asking 6 boys A, B, C, D, E, F sits around a circular table facing towards center. You just need to, first thing when you see the sitting arrangements, you just need to find out whether is a person is sitting towards center or outside. Okay, not necessarily. Two boys sits between D and F when counted either from the right hand or left of B. One boy sits between A and B when counted from the right of A. E sits to the second left of A. D sits to the second left of C. Which of the following statement is not correct? Try to answer it. Try to do it. If you are not able to do it, I'll solve it for you. So solving seating arrangements, you just need to be thorough with which is right side, which is left side. Are you guys there? Are you doing? Anyone got the answer? Anyone got the answer? Try to do it first. And D. It's P. I don't know exact what's your name. You are telling it's as a D. Let us wait for one more answer, and if everyone gets D, then I'll solve this question for you guys. Next, you try to do a few other questions as an homework. Okay. Yeah. Again, 6% are there. Just time is a little bit short. 6% are there. Okay. All are facing towards center. They are telling that two boys sits between B and F. If I consider this position as B, two boys are sitting between B and F. If I consider this as a B, two boys are sitting between B and F. Okay. Either if you count it from right side or left side, because here also two boys are there, here also two boys are there. Same in the second figure as well. Okay. Now let us move on to the next given statement. That is, one boy sits between A and B. One boy sits between A and B. One boy sits between A and B. So I'll one boy sits between A and B. I'll try to do it using the same drawing, because I'll try to keep it P as here itself, and I'll make it one more. Just move this side. This is B and F. This is a B and F. From this, they are telling that only one boy is sitting between B and A. If I consider towards his left, this is A. From if I consider towards right, it will be this. Okay. A. Okay. You can do many more like trials. I'm just settling for two trials. Next, one boy sits between A and B when counted from the right side of A. So they have given exactly the data. It should be from A. If we counted, there is only one boy sitting between A and B. Right side will be this. So from here it will be this. Okay. E sits to the left of A. E sits to the left of A. E sits to the left of A. Since F position is here, E should be either here or here. Okay. E should be here or here. E sits second left of A. E sits second left of A. The question they have told that E sits to the second left of A. Second left in the sense it will be next to F. Okay. Second left of A. So A position is fixed, F position is fixed, E and B position is fixed. D sits second left of C. D sits second left of C. D sits second left of C in the sense if I consider position of C as here, D sits second left. D sits second left in the sense left will become this side. Already left position F is occupied for the left second left. So C position can be here itself. D sits second left of C. D sits second left of C. So which of the following is not correct? Which of the following is not correct? They are asking which of the following is not correct. So first statement tells that A is an immediate neighbor of D. A is an immediate neighbor of D. A is an immediate neighbor of D. Is it correct or wrong? Here you see A is an immediate neighbor of D. So first statement is correct. From this diagram, first statement is correct. C is an immediate neighbor of F. C is an immediate neighbor of F. Immediate neighbors are E and B. Here for C, it is E and B. So second statement is wrong. So from this, we can conclude that only option B is wrong. Okay. I guess the person named HP understood the question. Okay. You just need to read the question carefully. They have asked which of the statement is not correct. Okay. Now let us move on to the next question. It is similar to the previous questions. You try to do this as an homework. And this is a parallel bench question which you may expect in your exam. Try to solve this now and answer it. Next, I'll take 5 to 10 minutes of your time and try to explain few concepts on calendar and solve the remaining part of calendar in the next session. Okay, it's already done. Try to solve this question fast. Try to solve this question. It's in a parallel row bench. Try to solve this question. There are 4 people each side. The 3 PQRS are on one side. PQRS are sitting on one side, facing towards south in the sense down. LM and O are sitting towards north. LM and O are sitting towards north. 1, 2. Try to solve it fast. So question is asking who is sitting exactly opposite of Q. Try to solve this. I'll just take 5 minutes of your time and try to give just a brief introduction of clock and calendar. I need everyone to answer this question because it's an easy one. L sits in extreme left. L sits extreme left of the row and faces R. L sits extreme left and faces R. And P sits second left of R. P sits second left of R and is exactly opposite to O. M sits at an extreme right of their row and is exactly opposite S. Who sits exactly opposite Q? It is one of the easiest question. Try to solve this. I need your answer, guys. Or else 8 people are sitting in a 2 parallel rows with 4 people each in such a way that they are equally adjacent. PQRS are facing towards south and LMNO are facing towards north. Try to answer it. Aishwarya, Sheetal, Mele, Prajwal, Ranadir. Try to answer this. It is not so difficult, guys. From this statement, you can come to a conclusion that L sits at the extreme left of the row. Where is L? L is facing towards north and they are telling that L is sitting at the extreme left hand. Extreme left hand will become this. This will be the left side and this will be the right side. Okay. Of the row and faces R. Faces R in the sense opposite of L
Sir,
will be.
answer, I think Q, N, sir. Opposite
Answer
of
is
Q.
yeah.
N.
100% it is true. It is an. I guess I don't know what's your name.
Prajwal, sir. Prajwal, sir.
Prajwal. Okay. Okay, Prajwal. Yeah, it is N, bro. It is N. I'll try to solve this for you guys, other people. And Aishwarya told that it is N. P sits second left of R. P sits second left of R in the sense for this R, this will be the right side, and that will be the other part will be the left side. Okay, P sits to the second left of R, in the sense first left, second left. Here the position of P is fixed and is exactly opposite to O, and is exactly opposite to O, in the sense opposite to P there is a person called O. M sits at the extreme right of their row. Here the row of M is facing towards right, and D sits extreme right. Extreme right in the sense in the corner. And who is exactly opposite to S. Exactly opposite to S. Remaining person is your Q. Here it is N, because L is over, M is over, N, O is over. So they are asking who is exactly opposite to Q. Opposite to Q is, it is N. Try to solve this as an homework. I'll share this PDF after your session. Okay. I don't know whether I should start this. Just give me a moment. You'll be left out. If I start this calendar, it will take minimum 15 minutes to explain, because there are few major like uh, points to remember which you need to note it down, and there are some shortcut methods that you need to follow. So we'll continue this topic with the in the next session where we'll solve calendar and clock, and the remaining parts, that is Venn diagram, syllogisms and non-verbal part. Non-verbal in the sense, here you'll be we'll be trying to solve counting figures, embedded figures, paper cutting and paper cutting and folding. This will not consume you much of your time. It may take maximum 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'll take around 20 minutes to solve this questions, and I'll bring in different types of questions from calendar and clock and try to solve it in the next sessions when according to your schedule. Okay. Try to solve many questions from this direction part. Okay. From your direction base, and seating arrangements, so that you'll get questions. I hope seating arrangements. And one more thing is this: if you get the question from cubes and dice, you just need to follow that step which I have told. You just need to find a common number and try to solve it. Okay. I guess I'll not waste much of your time in the next session, and let us meet you in the next session. I hope you understood this major topics, that is direction, shadow concept, seating arrangement, and cubes and dice. Okay.